Okay, so this is a dream log on 7/19/2013. Just woke up from a kind of a nap. Anyways, the last thing I can recall is running away, not running away, but kind of showing off this teenage girl and this teenage boy. I think it was a little blonde kid and a little brunette girl. They were kind of like hipsters, very young. And I was in my neighborhood. Before that, I was kind of like in the city, and I was doing like parkour, but I was running kind of like an ape. Like my forearm strength was really powerful, and I could just push my body around with using my upper body. I was really strong. It was a lot of fun. I was doing like flips and stuff. And then I got around to my neighborhood, right around my neighborhood, and as soon as I got there, I went to this old lady's backyard or something like that. And I've been to this house before in my dream. I've been to this old Spanish lady's house before, and her house is on the corner of a river. Not a river, but a canal. And it's actually very close to my house. If you keep going down the street and make a right, my house would be there. But or else you could jump the canal and like just jump across, and my house would be right there. And I've been to this house previously before with my nephew, and we played her playground and stuff. So like I was familiar with the house. But this time I was by myself, and I was trying to get home. But I was enjoying like doing all this parkour. It was a lot of fun. So I thought to myself, I'm like, oh, for a moment, I was like, I could just jump. Let me see if I could jump across the river, but I didn't feel like I was strong enough to do that. And so I was like, oh, let me just play around this lady's playground. So I did that, and there was like a older man and his daughter or his niece like playing there, and I was like jumping around doing parkour stuff. Oh, and then okay, this is cool. I like I like swang through the swing set, and I got like high up, and then I tried to do a backflip, and then the swing set like caught my head, and like I landed and like I crashed, and then I was like, oh, I really need to go use the bathroom. So I went inside this lady's house thinking that like nobody was home, and that's where I made my mistake because there were people. So her bathroom was all white, very like familiar to me. Familiar in the sense it's like it was a really like Spanish house, and it was like a really nice white bathroom. And I was like taking a pee in there, and I didn't have any pants. I didn't have any pants. So after after I took a nice long pee, I was wearing like a red shirt, my Jesus shirt. I had like one of their towels like wrapped around my waist, and they tried to come into the bathroom. Like this old grandma lady was trying to come into her own bathroom into her house, and I was holding the door, and she's like, "¿Qué está pasando?" She's like, "Who's in there?" He's like, "Who the hell's in there?" Like holding the door against me in my own home, and I'm like, "Wait," I'm like, "I was just playing at the park. I was just playing at the park." I'm like, "Just give me a second to get myself together." And she like freaked out, and she called like I guess her husband or like one of her sons, but like an older son. I think it was like the same guy that was playing with the niece outside. He's like a really, really older dude. And he was like, oh, they were like yelling in Spanish. He's like, I'm calling the cops. I'm calling the cops. He's like, you better get out of here right now. I'm calling the cops. And I'm like, no, no. I'm like, I was just playing at the park and I really had to go pee. And like, I was holding the door so they wouldn't come in. Like, I felt like they were going to come in any second. And I was freaking out. I'm like, oh man. I'm like, I don't want to go to jail. Or like, I feel really bad. I just like want to talk to them. I don't have pants, and like how disrespectful if I go out there like with their own towel like wrapped around my my junk. I'll finish this up. My girlfriend's calling. Hey babe, un momento.